And what is up, folks? Welcome back. We've got some more Mario action for you, but this time of the 64 variety. That's right, our any percent league qualifier Mario 64 70-star tournament. We're going to be having Martini versus SuperViper302 in this race, and pretty excited about this. I've seen Martini play already, pretty talented guy, but SuperViper also coming out with just some really hot movement. And anyway, just so excited for this race. I am Electric, here with me in the booth, Scotch and Ty Guy. How are you feeling?
Doing good. Got to see some of that last SMO qualifier there. So stoked for some Super Mario 64, of course, 70-star league qualifiers. Really hot stuff so far, like you said, Martini and SuperViper. I've watched and commentated for both these racers, so I look forward to a very good race. I think it's going to be close based on what I've seen so far. So expect some tight racing.
Yep, I'd expect the same. We've got a little resync action happening here. SuperViper on that optimal US version, but Martini still sticking with JP. I think that was the same thing he did last race. Must just be more comfortable with the text box scrolling there.
1 second difference, negligible, but in the end, with SuperViper with the slight advantage. Every second counting here. Points up for grabs in the group. Make sure to check out where these guys are in the group stage. Exclamation point bracket. I'm throwing it up in chat right now just to see. Make sure everyone knows where it's at. And we are on our way. Lactu skip.
Yeah, I certainly know where we're at, and that is on the last pixel of the bridge, hopefully. Martini, very handy. Both of them using that same sort of beginner setup, quote unquote. Although we actually see it used by such top runners as Cheese, even. Because once you get that kick and long jump consistent at the start, you'll always get that dead straight on lineup with the bridge. Very easy to execute the end, but the timing is a little finicky to figure out. Just comes with practice, ultimately.
Yeah, just a lot of practice, a lot of consistency with it. Bomb clip, though. Little hop, throw, re-grab. Medium bomb on SuperViper's end. Martini with the big bomb.
Can I get a little bit of time?
Yeah, no problems here.
Okay, now let's see what movement they go for. Hopefully slide first. Martini with it. Okay, both of them doing that optimal slide first movement. If PB attempts, a lot of runners will go for wumps first just to get the reset heavy stage out of the way, but it does lose a second to do it that way. We have seen a bunch of people carry that habit over to these races, so... And look at that sync with Martini getting bopped by the archway. Somehow the secret slide stained glass is like the hardest painting to enter. That archway over it just really causes these guys so many problems, but let's see how many problems y'all have guessing times. 12-9 SuperViper, 12-8 Martini. Oh, a 13-4 for Martini. A little bit off there, but I think the SuperViper guess makes up for it. Now, we're going to be moving right along into Wumps, the arguably just most convoluted stage of the game. Because this stage has cannonless, it has owlless, it has a 100 coin that is bound to a fairly tight cycle with some pretty precise movement throughout. It's got it all. Let's see what these players decide to start out with here.
SuperViper heading up top, going for owlless, whereas Martini heading over for cannonless.
Yeah, nice front flip from SuperViper to make that get up kind of fast despite that like wonky rollout that he got. And so both of them succeeding at their respective tricks. Nice to see, especially on the owlless side. We've seen a lot of runners fumble with that and lose 8 seconds real quick. And SuperViper going to be going for full cycle on this 100 coin.
Martini going for this pro cycle.
Wait, did he collect the first line on the hill?
He did.
Oh, okay, so that's actually the half cycle movement then if he collected that line on like the low hill. Yeah, see, because with that extra line, you do make the platform move beyond full cycle, but you do give yourself just enough time to accomplish some things after the platform So it doesn't lose too much time to full cycle, and especially if you're not great at that awning jump, it's a lot easier to do the setup for half cycle than it is for full. Ultimately, just playing it a bit safe. Super Viper is going to get a little bit of a lead out of it, though. Super clean 100 coin.
A really nice job on both sides with this 100. We'll be happy with that. Probably going to be swapping stars after this. Super Viper going for Canalus and Martini going for Owlus.
Yep, let's see how these attempts go and what Super Viper ends up going for. I think Martini did the full setup of Cannon List, so... Yeah, Super Viper going for the same. Getting what looked like a pretty good ledge grabbing position. Nicely done.
And Martini opting for Wild Blue before Owlus, getting it pretty nicely. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that Martini does Owl full.
Yep, I think he did in his last race, so I'm expecting to see it again here. Only loses 4 seconds. So if you fail Owlus once, it's more worthwhile to take the Owl, but can be kind of tricky to get those really optimal Owl times, and you do run a little bit of risk if you jump into the Owl while running. Which I'll kind of get to whenever he gets to that star. One little bit of weirdness with it, though, is you have to do that star last. You could do Wild Blue later as well, but basically, the tower star has to be completed in order for the owl to spawn. So, since the tower creates a lot of lag, you don't want to have to move through star select every time. So, these guys are just going to go ahead and go for the owl star last.
Well, a little bit of interesting movement here from Martini and Super Viper, making this fight pretty quick.
Yeah, Super Viper opting for those kicks off to the side. Quickly dispatching with the King of the Womps.
Yeah, Martini doing that side kick, but opting to Super Viper, did the kicks to one side. Martini opting to do it kind of on both sides, switching back and forth between which side kicking off of.
Oh, Super Viper failing to get on top of the stone lip. Is managing to back it up pretty cleanly, but I can tell he's a little bit frazzled by that. Now, oh no, missing the ledge grab there.
Yeah, not sure if he was going for the kick, but obviously getting a dive, they're going to need to back it up.
Now, I didn't see how Martini grabbed this owl, but if you run while you're jumping to the owl, then the owl will store your momentum as he grabs you and give it all right back as soon as he lets you go. So you have to be really, really careful. You want to be in complete neutral if you can, but otherwise you just want to have that awareness of where that momentum is going to take you so that you don't end up falling away from the cage because of it. But Super Viper with a mild lead, despite those issues on the top of the Fortress Star. Just about 2 seconds or so, at least based on the secret slide timer, which I think is going to end up at a 12-8 for Viper and a 13 flat for Mark. 12-8. A 13-1.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate. 1/10 of a second off there, buddy.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I need to arrange my affairs with the Psychic Society of America.
Well, we're heading into Wingcap Reds now. Seen some pretty safe flying so far. Nothing too crazy. A couple mistakes here and there sometimes. Oh, Martini right off the bat missing that second one.
Super Viper had some really, really good arcs to start. Going a little bit shallow on the ends, but not losing too much time to optimal flying. Well, you see Martini with the bit wider turns, especially to make sure he grabs his very last coin.
Like I said, pretty safe flying. Able to set up, though, for the button star grab. Super Viper and Martini going to be heading into Dark World now. Going to be important what kind of cycle these guys can get.
Yeah, shooting for Shig, but anything will end up doing as long as it doesn't result in a death. And Super Viper gets the switch press. Pretty difficult momentum change there. Not sure exactly how to describe that move. Turnaround, I guess.
rollouts here on the boxes, keeping it safe.
Yeah, you really don't expect to see a GS cycle in the qualifiers, but still on the lookout for it regardless.
Could happen. Viper.
Very, very
really
clean
nicely.
movement. Martini having a little bit of riskiness ending this cycle, but very, very nice backup ending movement here. Not confident in the platform positions.
Well, those moving platforms just weren't in the right spot, but Martini was able to mitigate it pretty well, grabbing that 6th coin and jumping over, noticing that the cycle wasn't great. Martini with the tough jumps there on the stairs, moving towards that pipe. SuperViper just needed one throw, goes for a full throw.
SuperViper coming out of this Dark World with a pretty nice little lead. Ultimately, like, Martini still hit Shig, I believe. Just a very, very late. Martini with the just straight in the left field. Ouch.
Wide left, right in the center of those two kind of corners.
Fun fact. Fun fact, if you're standing on the arena when Bowser lands back down, if you're far enough away, Mario will just like freeze in place and do a little bouncing animation that like I don't think you see really anywhere else in the game. But if you're standing too close to him, I believe you actually lose 3 portions of your health. It's kind of strange. Because I think it's more health than you would lose from a shockwave in the final fight. So just real weirdness in that fight if you miss a throw.
SuperViper heading for this sky hop. Looks good. Nice speed, nice jump off the cannon there. Exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, not wilding out for us with a rollout to break the box there. We've seen that a couple times. Meanwhile, Martini getting a little bit low on that slope to start, but I think he should still be good. Yep.
Yeah, it gets high enough there on the cannon. Into CCM. Now, I don't remember exactly what these guys do as far as CCM 17, CCM 18, but SuperViper playing it safe with wall kicks will work.
Yeah, if you've heard me on comms before, you know I'm not a huge fan of this very beginner strat.
Don't get too triggered.
Well, like you can actually do. Shout out to Yes I'm JoJo for showing me this. If you don't mind wasting a little bit of time, you can do the advanced strat, but mash A for the wall kick, and you'll always get a low wall kick, but you'll always get the wall kick. And if you do the backup quote unquote movement right after, it'll be still a second faster than this movement we saw both these guys pull off. And then, of course, eventually you can upgrade to the full advanced strat that can save a full 4 seconds if you're just ridiculous.
Both these guys playing it pretty safe.
And interestingly to note, if you decide to do the Penguin Star first, you're going to avoid the chance of having that second text box appearance if you do die on wall kicks will work. Sarami, if you mash A, like you'll always get the wall kick. You don't have a chance of falling and taking that death, and it's a low wall kick, so you won't take that weird bonk that can cause a death.
Confirmation on Martini's side. Going to be going for CCM 18. SuperViper though.
It looks like 17 is what we're seeing. No penguin for him to race. No slide skip on his side, so SuperViper is gonna leave with 1 star behind. You'll find a way to bonk no matter what. I feel that. I feel it on an existential level.
Well, you know, I've talked about this before, but you know, if you get in that corner, a little too close into that corner, you don't kind of fall far enough down, or if you get a firstie on that wall kick, you'll actually bonk on the ceiling, and that's an automatic death for sure.
Oh yeah.
So you just gotta be careful not to get that firstie. SuperViper taking care of 100 though here in CCM.
Yeah, Martini gonna be joining, albeit with the Penguin Race 400 instead of grabbing the tree by accident, trying to swipe the red off the tip.
Now, while Martini takes care of this CCM 17, shout outs to Saxdale, that blue coin route for CCM 100.
Yeah, that route is so cool.
It's such a neat, you know, I think that CCM 100 is the most boring 100. Just my personal opinion. If you disagree, that's fine. but that blue coin route makes it so much more interesting, especially with being able to jump over this gap, cutting out a portion of the slide and not negating it.
And you get to skip kind of a finicky movement section overall too. Like having to grab this whole line of coins, it's pretty tough. Martini grabbing the safety red beforehand though, so doesn't need to worry about grabbing every single one.
Well, and that's exactly it. You know, that line of coins that goes up against the wall, you can easily miss 2, even 3 of those. Martini missing 1, but getting those blue coins negates that. So.
Now Super Viper in Denny's Brewhouse.
Going for this balcony star second. Martini will be joining him very soon.
Super Viper grabbing that star on top of the house. Be making his way on down to Snowland. It's called that because there's a lot of snow.
Oh, it's very cold.
Yeah, no birds can survive there.
Nope.
And no sinkholes. The ice is rock solid. wait a minute. This is Super Mario 74, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. You got it.
Oh, okay. Phew. Of course, getting that quick little mips grab. Martini with the clean boot dispatch here. Going for that first instead of bookcase like Super Viper did. It's a little more finicky of a star, I'll definitely admit. Once you practice the side flip in the entrance a few times, it's pretty free, honestly, for the balcony. Even like the speed side flip.
Super Viper here.
Yeah,
Going
beautiful
plus.
plus.
Oh, just too low. Just too low.
I think he may have ground pounded a bit too late or something. I don't think he had enough room on the slope to even execute the double jump optimally. So that was just unfortunate.
Gonna go for it again. Big bomb once again. Good angle. Needs to avoid that right there. Very good.
He had enough room that time. Perfect. 1 for 2. Not bad.
And he got right in there into the pyramid. So
yeah, might decide to go ahead and go HMC early. We'll have to see based on how he moves in the level now. If he goes for another plus, then
Super Viper confirming he does not like the A button at all. Double plus from Super Viper.
Here we go, the power move. 50% success rate in this run. Will this improve his odds? And
oh no!
Unfortunate, the same exact death as first time. Oh man.
Yeah, just not able to get that jump just before that dune kind of slopes in, and this race is nearly matched up. Super Viper going for his plus once again. Martini going for Talon first.
Super Viper barely getting the double this time.
50% ratio here on pluses.
Martini not having to deal with that, fortunately. Doing the CCM 18 round. Did he already do his plus, or does he do shell route? Oh, wait, no. Okay, he only did the Talon Star first.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he already did 2 in the stage for some reason. That double jump is just so tricky. Like, when you do the single, you're almost instantly back on the slope. And so it's really hard to get that double up.
Martini going pillar full.
Yep, taking the shell, taking the 12-second L. Ultimately, I feel like saving time in this stage still over Super Viper.
Well, you combine the 2 deaths, and you're right. You know, Martini's still behind ultimately, but definitely not losing nearly as much time here in SSL as Super Viper is.
Yeah, all he's got to do is shiny top, and he's already done. So actually, look at this. They're basically right neck and neck again. Just a little bit of cutscene apart, effectively. Super Viper's going to claim the star just before Martini gets movement.
So about 7 seconds apart. maybe even just 6 seconds apart, just based off of that. You know, you can finish atop the pyramid as fast as about 7.5 seconds.
Yep.
Obviously, RTA is probably faster than that. Nice triple jump off the arch. Martini heading over for reds.
And taking some kind of safe movement with these dives. Okay, now Super Viper with this nice movement over towards the volcano. For some reason, not quite getting there on the optimal non-ledge grab cycle. Going for one of these older lava boost setups, much easier than Pro Boost.
Totally safe. You know, if you're not confident in one of those more difficult setups, regardless of being quicker, you know, that lava boost, it saves so much time by itself. So, totally safe move.
Yeah, it only loses, I think, like 2 or 3 to the Pro, and you get so much more height, and the angle is a lot easier to work with. With the Pro, like, not only are you restricted on height, but the way it tends to angle you is really close to the ledge, so you have to be really precise with that stick movement in order to avoid getting bopped.
Comment in chat kind of making a good thought there. Double plus, but triple jump lava boost.
Yeah, kind of interesting decision making from
Yeah.
Super Viper.
I mean, well, and that's the interesting part about these qualifiers is that we've seen such interesting routes like Super Viper going for double plus, but then taking the easier route there for lava boost.
Yeah, and Martini's actually been no exception. I remember seeing a couple of kind of fancy strats from him, and then, of course, taking the shell and SSL.
Well, and then we have Jane Dare yesterday. Did CCM 17 HMC early, and then SL Reds.
Yep.
So
Whenever you get into like the HMC early routing and such, that's where you really start seeing people kind of take their own specific stars. So I think didn't she? Yeah, she ended up doing a THI Reds too in a run that I saw.
Yep, that's correct. Martini setting up for this lava boost as well. Triple jump as well, pretty safe.
Yeah, nice boost up there. I thought he might get bopped by the platform, but seemed to have good awareness, so avoided it really handily. Nice ending, except for the ground pound. Come on. Those pounds beside the star are the absolute worst. Meanwhile, Shantastic getting bullied by mods in chat, and one of them who may or may not be in the booth saying they should just suck it up.
Martini heading for this elevator tour.
Yeah, not really using too much of the elevator, though. It's almost like signing up for a ferry tour and then just stealing the ferry for your own purposes.
Oh, yeah. Super Viper kicking up a little bit of dust there. Heading towards Triple D. Martini, no dust at all. Very optimal.
Okay, Super Viper heading on in. Gonna be making quick work of some chests here.
Yeah, pretty simple area while we have the moment. Lots of stuff on the schedule. Big thing this Sunday, though. Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational.
Yeah, and that features some pretty wild names. Trihex, Big John, well, I think Grim
Flower Power.
Involved? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mitch, oh god, seeing Mitch play is just an absolute treat.
So that'll be 3 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday here on GSA. Exclamation point scheduled to stay up to date with everything GSA has going on. Exclamation point bracket to see where all your favorite runners are at. Exclamation point merch, shirts, hoodies, fresh looks. Exclamation point YT and exclamation point YouTube for the YouTube channel if you've missed any runs and races, or if you want to see any clips, all there.
You've got lots of them commands in chat for your benefits.
SuperViper heading for this rear stub. Martini probably will be doing the same confirmation there with that camera turn.
Very nice rear sub from SuperViper. Oh, and then missing the rollout from the lag. Unfortunate.
That lag is just, you know, you're so used to timing it out in real time. Martini able to, oh, but kicking up some dust there. You're so used to it in real time, and then all of a sudden that lag from the sub, it just eats it.
Yo, what's up, Chomsky? This man does in fact pape. Shoutouts to the pape race coming up right after this.
I didn't realize how long those races were.
Well, glitch is a long category, but I mean,
Wow,
do you want races to just keep ending to hallway Bowser or something? Because that'd be any percent. I think an all cards tournament would be pretty cool, though. That category is really, really sweet to see. It's a really interesting category. I'll talk a little bit about it after SuperViper gets done with Fire Sea here. Showing off that quote-unquote new movement. Pretty much moved the same way through these reds for a long time before a little bit of optimization inside that cage was discovered. Both of them getting some nice movement to start here. I think SuperViper is still on easy pace for Lava Boost. Let's see it happen. There we go. Very nice.
Yeah, really clean lava boost there from SuperViper. Huge
Martini getting the low
boost.
pole grab, though.
Yeah.
Oh, and then getting bodied by the amp. That's probably going to rob him of good ending. Okay, avoiding the lava there. We have seen people take deaths to that amp followed by the burn before.
Yeah, SuperViper, not a great ending, but Martini, you know, not getting that lava boost, but able to get early Ellies.
Yep, very nice kick there to finish off the early Ellies. Oh, taking the mild burn there. Okay, taking the underburn. Gonna have to take the bad ending here, slapping the heart beforehand.
To be fair, like the way that Martini handled that seems a little bit optimal, you know, with the situation having taken the burn after coin number 7, you know, rather than, you know, jumping around waiting for Mario to you know, stop being burned from that initial burn, opting to take the lava burn, boosting him onto the platform.
And I mean, shoutouts for like recognizing the cycle he was on, because the point that he got early Ellie's at, I don't think I've seen many people hit, and so that cycle must have been unfamiliar to him. So he handled it about as well as we could have expected, I think.
Exactly. Well, SuperViper and Martini. This is a close one heading out of Fire Sea. We're going to head upstairs now. Wet Dry World. We got those 100s.
Yeah, we'll have to see what these guys start with. I'm really excited to see their 100s. As part of my 70 learning, I actually just started grinding 100s in Wet Dry World last night. So really excited to see how these guys pull it off way faster than me.
Yeah, we were talking beforehand, you know, Wet Dry World, the nice thing about Wet Dry World is there isn't like any too crazy movement. Obviously, doing it quickly.
Are we?
Difficult. Oh, double!
Nice!
Double! Coming out from SuperViperT302.
It's been too long. I moved away from a place with an in and out, and so like this strat is the closest I can come to happiness now. The double. Oh, it's always great to see. If you get bad RNG, it doesn't even save time. So Martini with the standard box breaks. Not too much slower though. All right, now we've got Martini having a little bit of issues with the Skeeter RNG. Gonna go ahead and lose his extra coin already. SuperViper at 76 with the extra. This stairs movement is so tricky to pull off well. You don't have really any room on that upper step for that side flip, so very, very nicely done from Vipe. And that clean ending dive. Now this Chucka, he's playing it a bit safe with the Chucka. You can throw him a little further to the left. A nice dive movement to finish off here. Okay, having to back up for missing that rollout. Normally, you just want to roll out on the edge of the platform and you'll get very handily over to that edge, but very, very quick thinking on SuperViper's part. I don't think he would have made it otherwise. Now, Martini still on optimal coin count. Box RNG is done. Just needs this Chucky to treat him well. And he goes for the throw. Very nice RNG. Pretty dead drop. This is Martini jumping a little bit prehensively there. Well, Super Viper setting up for the triple jump wall kick, and it's good. That awning kick is so hard to get right. And now for this express elevator, Super Viper really is hurrying up on this one. Very nice movement. Those wall kicks, not only are they hard to get the right angle so that you can get on top of that final platform very quickly, when you actually get to the top of the town creates a slight bit of lag. So you can't just blindly time your wall kicks. You have to actually react to the visual, which is very, very difficult. Martini opting for that more beginner-friendly movement instead of the triple jump awning wall kick. Oh, but missing a wall kick! Just like what I was talking about. When you get to the top of the town, you got to slow yourself down just a little bit.
Able to make it up, fortunately, not having to take the elevator up there. Saving a little bit of time.
And Viper with a sweet top of the town. Going for the easiest star now. This is one that I've seen plenty of people grind out trying to get absolute frame perfection. Because the world record is actually a tied world record because of how little movement there is in this star. Yeah, there have been a number of them, BDF. Even in the qualifiers, I've seen like 2 or 3, but they've been a little bit rare. Make it a 2-parter, a double video.
Double.
Malkovich.
Super Viper into THI, going to be heading up to the top of the mountain first. Looks like he's going to opt away from the clip. Not able to get a dive, he's going to get a punch instead.
And Super Viper not opting for the mountain clip movement here. Only saves like 1/3 of a second, so can't blame him. Yeah, say it with me, chat. THI sucks. Worst stage in the game by far. Yeah, huge shoutouts to Rock Chalk for that emote.
A little bit of sync action entering back into THI. Martini 1 star behind. Oh, working on secrets together at the same time, but Martini pulling ahead here.
Super Viper taking a little bit of a swim.
Yeah.
I think he tried to go a little too early with the long jump or something. Not quite sure. Got your first deathless THI on N64. Nice. Ooh, Super Viper with the game knowledge here. So it looked like he lost time to that slow ledge grab, but a weird quirk is that you can move immediately after a slow ledge grab, but it takes a little bit to start moving after a fast. And where he ledge grabbed, he was actually going to come up standing right on the warp point. So if he had done a fast ledge grab, that would have caused him to have to take the warp. So really, really nice reaction from Super Viper with that game knowledge.
Quick thinking, Martini heading around the side of the mountain. Super Viper doing a little piranha plucking.
Very nice movement there. Haven't really seen anyone kill that last one with a dive just yet. And I will say, in my last casual playthrough of this game, before I started trying to learn speedrunning strats, THI 100 was the hardest star in the entire game, by far.
Well, the problem with it is that there's so few coins.
Yeah,
it's almost as close as JRB as far as how few coins there are, and the placement of the coins is just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, for casual routing, when you don't realize that ground pounding the Goombas gives you blues, you have to get these coins from the piranhas, and their RNG is so bad. I fell off so many times.
Super Viper getting a bit of a firstie there, having to reset up for those kicks up the mountainside. Martini talking to Todd.
And shoutouts to Chad.
These guys heading up with these mountain clips. Martini not opting to do the log jump, so Super Viper going to be gaining a bit of time right there.
Yep. Nice high flip dive from Martini there. That strat can be kind of finicky. So 1 star apart in Tall Mountain. Now, Super Viper done with both of his mountain clips, not having to worry about those anymore. Martini playing it fairly safe with the way that he's doing the clips and still pulling it off really, really cleanly. That clip was, I think, an instant. So that was really, really nice.
I like the way that Martini throws Mario at the fly guy. Like you get sometimes if you do a jump dive, you get Mario at a weird angle. And it's like Mario's trying to throw both hands into a Superman punch at the fly guy.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with coming out of the water, but I honestly am not sure. But I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen it a number of times. It seems to be only from like when your last movement was like a clip or like when something weird happens, that other something weird seems to follow. But yeah, it almost looks like Mario's trying to fly like Neo or something.
Exactly. Super Viper taking care of Reds. Really clean, actually.
Oh yeah.
No major mistakes at all. Martini heading over for Reds as well. Bonk.
Oh, taking a big old bonk. That's gonna mess with his muscle memory a little bit.
Yeah.
Super Viper going for breezeless, but gonna have to end up taking the breeze at the end of the day. Chuck moving right on out of his way though. And man, the angles that these guys go for when they take the breeze are just wild. I don't expect them to work half the time.
Well, Martini cleaning up those 8 red coins. Other than the bonk and a weird ground pound, nothing too terrible. Super Viper into SL. I'm gonna climb the snowman's head first.
Okay, going for this sliding wall kick.
Oh no!
Misses the wall kick. Okay, this backup can be weird, but gets it on the first try. Very nice. Double jump into the ledge grab, grabbing the star.
Martini opting out of breeze list. Going for the breeze. Going to be saving a little bit of time there off Super Viper.
You know, Super Viper going to take care of... okay. I think he must have missed an input or something going towards Whirl from the Freezing Pond.
Maybe
So...
forgot, maybe?
Because I don't think that was intentional at all. I've never seen anyone go for that angle in the breeze. Oh boy, Martini going on the other side of the fence, manages to recover without sliding away.
That slope. That slope is exactly like the slope in Womp's Fortress there by the staircase, but not able to get a wall kick. Is going to opt to do some kicks. Head over here for the box star that Super Viper just grabbed.
Yeah, 2 stars back now, unfortunately. But these stars in SL do go pretty quick, so that is kind of to be expected. You think it's better to side flip straight for that wall kick? Yeah, I don't know what it is about that wall kick, but it's so hard to visualize, unlike a lot of the other ones where you're like, oh, okay, I need to be at this angle to get this effect. Like, I guess the fact that the awning is above you and it's a little... Oh, no. Martini, again on the other side of the slope. Going back for this back... Yeah, see, it's just like... It's really hard to think about what angle you need to hit to get that one. Imagine the calculus woman meme.
Able to finish it up, though. Super Viper, HMC late, grabbing Mips on the way. Just a couple of dives and rollouts and you're done.
The bridge does it for you if you stay perpendicular. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Martini needing 1 more star after that ice bully.
I'll be moving right on out pretty quick here. Super Viper with a little bit of a lead due to all those Snowman's head fails. Martini going for this safe deep freeze movement, no speed kicks involved. Meanwhile, Super Viper going to be going for Rolling Rock first. Oh, nope. Going to be instead probably the triple box. Nope. Elevator, sorry, Christmas Miracle. For the record, what happened there was he did the same camera angle that you do for Watch for Rolling Rocks, but I forgot because I don't do the right side movement that's the same camera angle for triple box jump. And then, of course, the bop made that another quick split-second decision for him to change. Martini with the clean MIPS grab. No need for the Benny Hill theme today. I'm not going to have to chase that bunny all around.
Yeah, I hate seeing that. It's just so tough watching them run around, try to chase MIPS.
Now Martini now has a 53-star save. I think he pressed A a little bit earlier than he was anticipating on the MIPS text box. For some reason, like, same thing there. You can hold right, and the option will switch over nearly immediately, but I think there's like a frame or two that you can still hit A, and it will hit yes instead. It's not a very large window, but I've had the same thing happen to me, and I was sitting there like, I'm holding right. What's going on?
Martini going for this triple box jump, gets it. Looking pretty good. Just going to go for the dive. It's pretty safe. Super Viper, emergency exit, left side.
You know, nice and clean. Technically, the right side is faster, but it has to be done totally optimally. If you even get a ledge grab, then it'll be slower, but this left side movement can be pretty difficult sometimes. Especially as far as, like, when you're still working on, like, getting the setup exactly consistent every time, it can be hard to tell when you should dive and what attempts you shouldn't dive.
Super Viper boulders being pretty nice to him.
Really, really generous and pulling off that very clean double jump wall kick movement. Let's see what Martini's going for now. Gonna be headed for his own Christmas Miracle.
You know, other than a couple mistakes on Martini's side, trying to do everything he can to stay on Super Viper's tail, you know, and Super Viper heading into Tippy. Looking like pretty good 50 pace. Maybe a 51.
Speed kick rainbow right entry. Jeez, Viper. Yeah, Pape waiting room. There definitely is not a race in the best platforming speed game ever made going on right now. We're just waiting on Pape. And very, very nice Lakitu bounce so far for Super Viper. Not going for the wall kicks on this ending area. And it's good. Very, very clean.
Yeah, playing it safe. Those wall kicks obviously optimal, but can be tricky with how big those blocks are. So going for the ledge grab, much safer.
Yep.
Martini heading upstairs into Tippy as well. Tip top of the castle.
Super Viper going for that left side movement to start tricky trying. Oh boy. Very, very nice backup here.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of quick thinking from Super Viper, being able to, you know, mitigate mistakes and just be on top of it. And like you said earlier, you know, knowing what the level is and what can happen based on your position shows just how much knowledge he has. Martini going for this easier movement, opting out of that Lakitu bounce. Can be tricky right in here, though. You know, if he goes for the long jump, which he will. Gotta go right underneath that log. Does fine.
Yeah, narrowly avoiding it. Very nice. It'll lose a few seconds to Super Viper, but it could certainly be way worse for failing, for not even going for Lakitu bounce.
Well, and if you're not consistent with that Lakitu bounce, I saw, it was funny, I saw Lancerty on Twitter post how consistent should you be at Lakitu bounce before you actually do it in a race, and 75% seemed to be winning it out the last time I saw. So, and in a race situation, you know, you don't have a reset button. You've got to keep going. So,
Yeah, and even though there are some fairly clean backups, they all lose pretty substantial time because their own intro movement is way different and takes way less time. Martini clean in reds.
Yeah, having a lot of difficulty with there in the beginning. Viper gonna be doing Toad late, a la Wilco. Gonna be doing 100 in TTC first though.
Yep, it's Monka Jam time. Let's see them Monka Jams. Okay, Super Viper starting out TTC 100. Arguably the hardest star in the game. I remember during a comms with you, whatever, we kind of discussed that the hardest three are probably this star, Pillarless, or I think the other one that we kind of settled on was Womps 100, but that doesn't sound right to me. I forget what the other one that we kind of agreed upon was. But it's like they all are hard for completely different reasons.
Martini!
Oh boy, Martini with a huge burn.
Going
no.
Like an airplane out of the sky with the booty burn.
Oh boy. Oh no. Almost out of Rainbow Ride 2. Let's see if he can avoid it this time.
Confirmed level 9 burn.
He goes for that risky rollout yet again. If you get burned during that rollout, you're just getting taken right out of the air. There's no chance.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I mean, you can see the trail in the sky as Martini fell. Oh, Martini, early Toad.
Super Viper with the time moving, get a hand. Wow. Okay, let's go, dude. That's try only saves a couple seconds over the time stop one, but it's so much more difficult because of that initial jump. That was ridiculous. Meanwhile, Martini also going to go ahead and get started with TTC 100. Super Viper's going fairly well. Got kind of pulled away by Martini's unfortunate Skyfall. Okay, gets this wall kick. That one has been kind of finicky for some people.
Martini, interesting movement there, going around the pole, avoiding the amp.
Now collecting all these blues here. Gonna be going for this little wall kick off that little lip.
Oh! A little bit of a literal kick off that platform, safely landing though.
Oh, Super Viper with a huge bonk. Getting bonked right on out of the stage.
Yeah, that was a class. That was a category or class 5 bonk for certain.
Well, I think that was more of a 4 because while it did result in a death, it wasn't like he died at 90 coins in TTC 100.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
you got to keep those level 5s for the most severe situations. Otherwise, level 5 means nothing.
After review, definitely category 4. Super Viper able to take care of this in the cage. Martini waiting for the thwomp.
Very, very nice clean 100 from Martini as well. No major falls, no deaths. All he can really ask for in a speed run.
Super Viper only needing 2 more stars here in TTC.
Super Viper definitely has time put into that time moving strat because that's just nothing to him. Is Martini pointing a cam at a TV? No. Some of our runners have somewhat bad internet, and so they'll have to stream at a lower bit rate. They can sometimes make moving sections look kind of choppy. Oh, Super Viper not able to get the backflip to get him on top of that platform for these reds.
Yeah, just narrowly missing it. Really close, but not able to get it. Finishing up TTC, though, going to talk to Todd and then head over to Bits.
Martini with a near fatal pound. Oh boy.
Able to clean that up though, get past the pendulum pretty freely. Super Viper could get a high 50, but looking more like a low 51.
Yeah, takes about, if you want to be really, really safe, just accounting for mistakes and such, you're expecting about 2 minutes for bits. I think the absolute best can pull it off in 1:30 at a minimum. Very, very nice movement so far, though. Not going for that more risky setup for the triple jump dive from like the very top of the slope. Okay, very nice triple up this ramp. Have a little bit of dust there, but it's okay. Oh, failing the long jump there. Not falling all the way down, though. That can be really costly.
Yeah,
sometimes Mario ends up in that like slow fall animation.
Going for standing left. Misses! Standing
missed the
left!
Entirely. Falling even further down the stage than he has to. Oh, boy. And, of course, I don't know if there are any coins in his way anymore. He's not going for him.
Not going to waste his time. Could pick up the heart here. He's going to pass by that as well.
And it's good.
Yeah, Martini going to be finishing up TTC. Super Viper going to be finishing up Platform of Bits.
Okay, now for the triple. Okay. I thought for a second he was going to miss that lip. Yeah, Monka jam for the throws. The second.
Oh, Martini with the massive ground pound past the star there. Going to have to climb back up here.
He was just slightly early with that thing, just barely off the position. That was so awful. Oh, man. It's so rare that you see that, but when you do, it just hurts.
Yeah, it seemed like he was just like a little bit too far behind the star, but Super Viper finishing up 3 for 3 on throws. Big GG's finishing with a 51-31.
Not a bad time. And of course, here in the call with us is Super Viper himself. How are you feeling after that win?
That was one of the weirdest races I've ever done. Here's how I describe this race. It was great until powerless. Then after that, it was great until Tiffany.
Well, speaking of pillarless, you know, it was commented in chat, and I wanted to ask you, you know, going for double plus, but then going for the easier lava boost.
So the reason why I'm opting to do double plus is more so a routing thing, because I really want to do CCM 17, but I hate the other 2 stars you can do, which are Toxic Phase and PHI Red. I hate those other 2 stars, so that's really my best option. I do think I need to think of another alternative, though. Because, yeah, double plus is really stressful for me in races, and I think that kind of takes a toll on me.
Well, when you did get them done, they were super clean. So, I mean,
just happy I got Big Bomb 4 for 4, because that's like the bomb grab is my least favorite part of this, and I'm happy I got that 4. I'm getting a lot better at timing it now. I'll say that Boost Ellie's was a nice confidence booster to get me, because I don't typically get that run, but the new movement is a lot very helpful.
Oh yeah, it definitely makes that a lot more lenient than it was before with the older. But just to kind of add on to something that you'd said, like, what have you had issues with the penguin race? Like, what's your reasoning for not going for CCM 18?
Electric, you actually commentated a race I did a while back where I actually entered the CCM slide with too few coins, and I had to back it up by doing double plus.
I remember that now that you bring that up, actually, yeah.
And I kind of want to avoid that now. The CCM 17 is just way more lenient, and what was I gonna say? Also, I want to be able to do HMC late, so sort of 2 equals IMO. Also, I just want to point out that Liam is on mid 139 pace in RR.
Oh, well. thing in chat. Wow.
Oh, Discord crashed. Oh well. All right.
Okay,
Oh.
so sorry about that. We just had a Discord crash issue, but we are back. We do need to kind of cut this interview artificially short.
I have two things I want to say.
Go.
Watch the 1545 that's going on right now. Body is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. Bye, gold, bye.
Okay.
Kudos to anybody who gets that reference.
Well, that'll be it for us here. Super Mario 64 70-star qualifiers. GG's to Super Viper and GG's to Martini. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Martini in here just because we got to get going for the Paper Mario race, Chomsky versus Kendall. But that'll be it. Electric, as usual, it is a pleasure commentating with you.
Oh, of course. The pleasure is all mine. It's always great. And yeah, I'll see y'all over at that paper race right after Liam King's wild run ends. But see y'all around. And thanks so much for watching our GSA programming. Come back sometime. We'd love to see you. Peace out.
Later.